Hey guys, back in my house. I'm a little bit tired. I got in at about 1 a.m. last night coming back from China, so sorry if I seem a little bit off or anything like that, but yay, I'm back. I can upload my vlogs and stuff like this, so this particular video is probably being filmed in advance a little bit, but since I was sitting down, it kind of made sense to do it now. So I'm not claiming to be any sort of good at anything, and especially not be a beauty guru or a makeup guru or anything like that. And this probably seems a little bit strange considering it doesn't really relate to much content, I guess, that I put out on my blog or with my vlogs. But this is something that I have been asked about for as long as I can remember. Like, not just since I started blogging or vlogging, but literally I just meet new people and especially girls. Guys don't really ask me this, but I meet new girls and I always get asked how I do my eyebrows. So if you noticed, I don't have my eyebrows done right now. So this is my eyebrows au naturel. I don't have very prominent eyebrows. I've just plucked them, so that's why they're straight. But as you can tell, I don't have a lot of hairs. And this is after years of growing them back from, when I was younger and I pretty much had absolutely nothing. And I think they look a bit darker actually with the lighting than they do in reality. Right now it looks like I'm pretty much just a gigantic forehead. So yeah, anyway, I will get into the video and show you guys what I do and how I do my eyebrows. And if this is not relevant to you, then obviously completely skip this video and don't watch it. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was what products I use. When you do your eyebrows, you can use like gels or powders or pencils or crayons or any sort of myriad of things, and what you use obviously makes a big difference as to how like what you're comfortable with, and I think that you should use what you're comfortable with using. I don't like to use powders or pots or gels or anything like that really. For me, I prefer to hold something that's like a pencil or a crayon. In Australia, there's a Maybelline crayon that I really, really love. I'll see if I can find like a picture or something like that from it online and put it in here. So if you're in like Australia or somewhere that sells Maybelline products readily accessible, like the US and stuff like that, I really recommend it. I've tried like, MAC and NARS and even YSL and Benefit and all that kind of stuff, but this Maybelline one is probably the best one that I would ever choose to use. So that's my preference, but of course use your own. I can't really comment on like powders and stuff. When I used to use the potted product, I used to use the Benefit, what's it called, Browsing Point Brow, so the one that comes in the pot. But I really have over the last few years moved away from buying expensive products because I just don't think that they're worth it. Maybe for like base, like makeup, but I think a lot of stuff you can get away with spending a lot less. Here in Korea from, is it ABC? No, Artbox. From Artbox, I found this product. It's called B-Lot Powerproof Gel Eyebrow. I don't know if, where's my camera? I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how they do this. My thing isn't auto adjusting. Stop looking at me. I don't know. This is the brand, B-Lot. And I use this. It's actually a gel product, but it kind of works like a pencil. I don't know how to describe it, but in one end, there's like a little tub of the product. And in the other end, there's like a really fine brush. And if I'm going to use a brush, sorry, I don't know. Again, I don't exactly have a great thing, but you can't really see that, but it's just like a very, very fine angled brush, and it's quite stiff bristled so that it holds its shape. And I think that's why I can use this as opposed to what I would usually do, and that's like a crayon product. The other thing that I always use is a spoolie, just one of these. Mine's dirty, sorry. Just like got a long handle. This is super cheap. I got this years ago from BH Cosmetics. That's it. You can buy them online. I bought a bunch of brushes and this came with it, and this is probably the only one that I have yet left. I use like 3 makeup brushes now. Yeah, so those are the products that I use. That's it. I don't use anything fancy. I don't normally clean up around my brows unless I'm going out somewhere or whatever. So yeah, I'll get into it in a minute and show you the actual process of doing them. So I'm going to try and do this. I do need to use a mirror myself to see my eyebrows. So I'm not sure how this is going to work looking off screen, but let's see if I can do this. So literally have you guys in as close as I can get you right now. This is so awkward. Don't know if I will end up showing this or not, but I've just got my product and I'm just sort of dipping it a little bit in and sort of wiping the brush a little bit. If you have a crayon, obviously you don't need to do this. Now, I'm gonna try and look here, but have it still in frame and talk while looking at myself. I don't know if this is gonna work. But I always start off at the front part here, and on the bottom, I like to draw the line or the shape. So I start at the front here and I put my crayon or my product, I guess, right in this corner and draw this underneath of the front part here, because you'll find that's generally a relatively straight line. So I just put it in here and I'm just going to literally draw a line following the bottom row of my hairs to here. I don't know if that shows up very well. And then just with whatever's left, I normally try to do this once with just this product and then I'll reapply afterwards, because you don't want to go too heavy and make a mistake. Although these products generally come off pretty easy. So again, just leaving it as it is, and I'm just going to, and I guess I'm holding, another trick is I use my pinky, like the way I hold this, I then sort of put my pinky on my face, and that stabilizes my hand as opposed to holding it out here and being like all over the shop, because here it's like you've got good stability to lean onto your face. And also then you want to kind of not, I guess, come in like really flat underneath, or else you're going to end up with product underneath, like here. You want to come in either straight or from above a little bit. That way the product is going to be in that straight line or into the brow. Same with when you're on top, you don't want to be coming in too far from the top, because then you'll not have that nice neat line. Again, it'll be coming in like you'll have it pressing at the wrong angle. So, and that's the same for pencil, crayon, whatever. So yeah, just going to follow that bottom line. I don't know how well you guys can see this. Just my natural shape. And it takes a little while maybe to learn your natural shape as well. So don't freak out if you can't get this straight off. I've been filling in my eyebrows for like 6 or 7 years. So hopefully I'm good at it by now. So now you've got that line just there. The next thing I do is do my tail. So again, it depends on your shape of your brows. Don't try to mimic anyone else's brow shape. If you try to do that, that's when I find that you fuck up and look like you have weird brows. Or just normally, just go with your own natural brow shape. If you have more rounded brows, thicker brows, thinner brows, whatever, just go with that and just try to emphasize the good points of your natural eyebrows. And also remember, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Okay, my eyebrows do not look like twins every day. They have completely different fronts and stuff like that. I just try to make them look like they're not cousins. Okay, so back to this. And again, don't go like sort of come in at a decent angle. And I try to make like a point at the end, so where the tail is first, just like that. And then that's how I do like the next step, and then I'll go back into the front of my eyebrow now that my tail's in, and I'll pretty much draw a line for the top part of my brow again, and I just try to follow that a little bit just for the front here with a brush like this. Something that you can't do so much with a crayon, but with a brush like this, one thing I find is kind of good. So I'm just putting product on my thing. Don't put too much product on as well. I can kind of like go get the brush, because it's about the thickness of my eyebrows, and then lay it like this way so that it's like here, so that it's flat against my eyebrows, and then that's about the thickness of my natural eyebrow with this particular product. Oh god, it's so hard to do this while talking and describing what I'm doing. It kind of looks a bit shit right now. So yeah, anyway, then I get further back and I try to just round it out and meet it with the tail, and that's how I create my arch. Okay, now they're obviously not looking perfect just yet, but this is just to sort of get your shape. So once you've got the shape, the easy part, like the hard part's sort of done. and sometimes you'll find it will work really well. Some days my eyebrows just look like crap no matter what I try. And I just go back in now. I find that I have the least hairs definitely in this area, so I really have to go back and like put a lot more product in, or maybe fill it out a bit more. Um, yeah, and then I just move sort of further forward, and I try to sort of fix up if there's any, like, if the line's not neat, if it's not straight, whatever, try and fix it up. The one thing I don't focus on too much when I first do it is this front part, because I find that this and this is normally what's uneven for me anyway. So I do this, and then I do the same thing on the other eyebrow, and then I try and fix up the front a little bit together. So now I'm just going to do my other eyebrow, sort of following the same process. Yeah, and you guys can see that now as well.
Okay guys, so here I'm just filling in my other eyebrow. Sorry you can't see it that great. Obviously I'm not an expert and I was kind of off camera a little bit, but anyway. The point is here that your face is not symmetrical. So if you're filling in your eyebrows and you notice that one's a little bit different to the other, no one else is going to notice that difference because they're just looking at your face in total. They're not sort of pinpointing on your eyebrows. You just want to make sure that, you know, they're not going to be twins. We want them to be sisters, but like, let's aim not to have them be distant cousins, but to represent the feature of either side of your face. So yeah, don't freak out if you can't get them perfect. It's just normal and natural, and that is fine.
So what I would do now at this point is I don't tend to put too much product back on my brush, but I would, if I've got a crayon, then I use it and sort of flick it up in this motion. Because I have a brush that's sort of in this shape, I kind of just use the shape of the brush, or maybe this way, probably more so. And I try to sort of draw in the front a little bit, just to kind of give it like a flatter frontage. And then if I need to, I can fix up the shape a little bit. And if you don't put too much, you want it like not to have lots of product on your brush at this point, because you want it to be like lighter at the front and then go in, not just be like, Brah. The worst thing I hate, and again, if you like doing your eyebrows like this, you do you. No one has to do their eyebrows like me. Everyone just do your own thing. It's fine. If you don't like the way I'm doing it, if you think it's shit, that's cool. Leave me a comment. Be like, hey girl, your eyebrows suck. That's fine. But I think that, like, I personally don't like when your eyebrows just look like two black permanent markers, like just on your face.
Let's hear that one more time.
Just on your face. I don't think it frames your face very well and is as flattering as something else could be. I definitely have I think my eyebrows are quite dramatic. I think they're a feature of your face, and I really enjoy having good eyebrows. I think they're good anyway. But I don't think that, like, I think this is dramatic, like the way I do my eyebrows. And definitely if I'm going out, they get even more dramatic. But I really think that those people that look like they've used like eyeliner or something just to be like,
One more time for our pleasure, please.
or something just to be like, it just means that when you're looking at that person's face, all you're seeing is their eyebrows, and not in a sense like, oh girl, you got good eyebrows. It's a sense of like, oh damn, like what happened to your face? Like, did you fall asleep on some Sharpies?
Okay guys, I realised recently not everyone knows what a Sharpie is. In Australia, a Sharpie is a permanent marker. Okay, back to the video.
So, I think that without being mean, like, try not to do the Sharpie look. I don't think it flatters you, whoever you are. I'm not thinking of anyone in particular, so please don't think that. But I just think, try and do the most for your face. I'm always learning and changing how I do my eyebrows a little bit as well, so I think I do them decent, but I'm not perfect, so I'm not trying to say that. But yeah, like, I just think go for what feels good for you, but try to flatter yourself and try to keep it like, no one's going to say my eyebrows look natural right now, but try and keep them sort of soft, I guess. I don't know, that's a bit of a ramble right there. But back with this, and I'm just going to do the same thing on the opposite eyebrow. And my natural eyebrow hairs as well, I should say, sort of are different at the front. I am going this way a little bit with this one just to fix up that shape. So I find that sometimes they can look like quite different. My eyebrows can look quite different at the front. You can see it a little bit like this one comes kind of a little bit lower than this one and stuff. So sometimes at this point I kind of have to go in and just use my nail or my finger just to sort of gently poof it or fix it up. We'll go back in with some extra product at some points. This one needs a little tiny bit more at the front, I think, just here. I don't know what this looks like coming off. But yeah, and that's kind of it. Now, this product's pretty good. Like, I find that I can put it on really quite neatly, but sometimes with some other products, you know, this is when the spoolie comes in handy, because what it kind of does, if you just go back in with it very gently, because you don't want it to pull off any product, but it sweeps your eyebrows so that they're all going in the right direction, like your eyebrow hairs. And I also find that what it does is it very gently puts marks into the product that give it directionality and kind of give it stroke marks, I guess. And it just makes it look a little bit more natural. It's not something, I don't know if I can come in really close. You can't see them obviously on this camera, I don't think, because I'm just using my phone. But yeah, it just sort of gives it like that shape that all my eyebrow hairs, maybe you can see, are running in one direction, and they're just all like, the product is all running in one direction. Okay, so I just moved you back so you weren't so like, whoa. But that's how I do my eyebrows. Like I said, I don't know how this will come across in video, if it will come across helpful to the people that ask me about it a lot. But I really hope it does. I know, being a girl, that the blight of having to do your eyebrows is so annoying. Guys, never get this. Oh my God, guys, please understand, like, please watch this video and try to understand. You have to be an artiste to learn how to do your eyebrows. Just to learn how to do makeup in general is so hard. So, you know, I don't think I'm a pro or anything like that, but I hope you can see now, maybe compared to the beginning, the difference that it makes to your face to have eyebrows as comparing to not having eyebrows, or just having something that's not, like, that's more like your natural eyebrow. And I don't wear heavy base makeup or anything like that that covers my eyebrow hairs. I know some people do that, and you know, therefore filling in your eyebrows is really, really necessary. But I don't do that. I just don't have a lot of like shape or a lot of eyebrow to work with. And I think that if you have naturally really, really good eyebrows and they don't need a lot of work, don't do a lot of work to them, because again, that's when you can get that really blocky, overdrawn, like too, I think if your eyebrows are getting more dramatic than my eyebrows look, because my eyebrows are probably on the more dramatic side, you're just getting like, too much. But yeah, I hope you like this video. I hope it's helpful. If there's any other random stuff that you would like to know about my life or my routines, makeup or otherwise, yeah, feel free to ask, and I'll see if I can show you guys how to do it. If not, please like, subscribe, comment, share, watch my blog, read my blog, not watch my blog, watch my videos, all that kind of stuff. I really, really, really do love getting feedback from people that you're enjoying it, or to keep it up, because it is something that I'm really nervous about and I'm getting sort of better at and really having to learn. So, you know, keep it up, keep telling me what you think I could do better and stuff like that. I'm trying to take it all on board. So yeah, really appreciate everything that you guys are doing for me right now. So have amazing days, and I love you, and I guess
Couldn't stay standing for that last minute, could it?
I guess that's time. My light's starting to flicker and I just knocked over my phone. But yeah, I love you guys, and until next time, this is Kimchi Adventures.